Hello and welcome to the Superhero Hub. It's your boy Sam,
Mama,
and today we're going to be reviewing.
American Girls.
And this episode is called
Oh no,
Get Gone.
brilliant.
Named after the bug spray. Whether that's like real life spray or whatever, or just a generic brand, but yeah, Get Gone.
Okay, what happened in the beginning?
There wasn't one.
See, I thought so. I was confused. I thought it was like ancient Egypt or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought because that's what the casino was set up like. I was thinking that and that as well, and I
Ah,
was thinking, oh, that's a bit random because
I
that's what.
wondered. Cause see, I wondered if I missed something.
Yeah,
Like, because I looked down for once, and next minute I look up, suddenly we're at a casino.
yeah. I
Okay, so there
think
was no transition. It was just
no, I don't think it would have anyway because I mean we basically hadn't had like the Egyptian one with Anubis who popped up in this episode again. I mean I think I said that he was like an acolyte of Anubis, but I think he is actually like human form Anubis. So yeah, we start off in a casino. And this episode was pretty strong, which is kind of interesting
it's very
because
strong. I was worried when the wife had introduced what exactly it would do to the show, which is kind of a road thing, but I think it did its job.
yeah. So literally, the only characters in this kind of episode was explained a lot as well. Was the their friend's wife who like tried to jump him on the jump Shadow at the funeral, the
Yeah,
aggrieved wife and his wife. So they were literally the only two characters in it, except we see Flash as a shadow or whatever. But who
yeah,
cares?
and the bloke she had it off with.
Oh yeah, we see him as well, Robbie, because we didn't really know anything about him, did we? Um, so yeah, so it starts off with her at the casino, kind of a bit drab and stuff like that. She's like shuffling the cards, and then there's like new technology, so she doesn't need to shuffle the cards anymore. And she's like, "Oh, but I like shuffling the cards." It's like, whatever, man. Just make life easier. And then Shadow comes in and is like, for lack of a better term, working the hustle. So he's
Yeah.
switching out chips and stuff like that. You're impressed with that, right?
No, but I did like that it basically established right away he's a crappy thief.
Um, no, she just happened to clock.
Right. And he got busted.
Yeah. So yeah, she gives him the on the download the third degree. See, in terms of judgment, he's got poor judgment because he should have known she was a hussy.
Hmm.
Because like, okay, you're doing that, and then she kind of he kind of dips off, and then he accosts her in the car park and is like, yo, we should go for a drink. She's like, nah, I'm going home. So he's like, oh yeah, I'm coming too. And then they fornicate like within like 6 hours of knowing each other. It's like he should have known that like there was a lot of alarm bells ringing there, and I mean
Yeah.
as we get more into the story, there's like even more.
Yeah,
It's like
he was obviously a poor judge of character.
oh, 100%. He should have known better, man. Terrible, terrible. So yeah, you had her with the. I mean, you had her with the Git Gone spray anyway, really, because there's a fly going about. That was a cool visual when she killed the fly, and it was just like bouncing and stuff like
Mhm.
that. But I was thinking like instead of like buying that fly spray, I'm thinking she kind of mullered it with. She could have just sprayed it with deodorant and killed it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was my thought. Yeah.
I mean, totally random.
I was thinking to myself, I wonder how much that spray costs. I bet it's real expensive, and she could have just literally sprayed it with anything, because she was spraying for like 10 minutes, and the damn thing clearly, obviously, didn't move. So yeah, so they fornicate, and then I think the next morning she kind of comes out and stuff like that, and is like trying to convince her to like rob the casino with him, even though they've only known each other for one day. And really, to be honest, she didn't completely shut it down, did she? So then we kind of get a flash of like kind of going forward and stuff like that, and like is like content, and you can tell like her like doing her work at the casino day in day out and stuff like that. She's
Not just that though, with him either. Like it's obvious, as they touched on a few times in the episode, that she's not as into him as he is into her.
yeah,
And so this culminates, they get married, blah blah blah, and we said it like the friend, like he's got some sort of, what's his job? Like teaching people boxing or some crap.
or a gym or something like that.
Something like that, right? The friend has a gym, right, I think.
Yeah.
And
Since
so
Shadow goes to kind of work there, and then is doing boxing and coming home and carking out, and then they're humping, and really she's not feeling it. You know, she's humping with her eyes closed.
yeah.
That's red flag number 2. There we go.
And so she's clearly not into anything, her life or him.
No. So
And then she comes up with a random plan, I guess his plan, to rob the casino.
yeah, she's like, he's like, he pops out and she's like, yo, come have coffee out here, and she's sitting there and you think she's gonna give him the talk, and it's like, oh, are we pregnant? And she's like, no, just sit down, puppy. It's like, that's the worst. That's the third official red flag. It's like, bitch, why are you calling me puppy? And then there's a cool kind of thing later on where like is brought up as well. That was sick. So yeah, but well, there's a fly. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
I need some get gone. So yeah. So yeah,
so she asked him to rob the casino.
yeah, the casino where she works, genius plan, blah. Got ya. No get gone needed. Nice. So yeah. So yeah, the plan flops, and he ends up. See, I thought he was arrested for like assault. I swear they said that in the first episode. What do you mean, no?
I don't think so, but
Yeah, I swear it was like 6 years for assault and battery. That's what they said.
Maybe he got into a fight at the casino. Who knows?
Whatever. So yeah, so he gets done for 6 years. It's one of them things where it's kind of like a midlife crisis. She wanted some excitement. She was like, yeah, let's just rob the casino, whatever part she had to play in it. But like, he's got 6 years and he cops to that. But like, he could have plea bargained, and they could have each got 3 years each, serving 1.5 years. And I was thinking, why didn't he go for that? If he went for that, then she wouldn't have strayed, because they would have got out at the same time.
Well, but it wouldn't have. But he still would have done the same amount of time, though, wouldn't he?
No, he would have done 1.5 years instead of 3 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he ended up he got done for 6 years but served 3.
Like I say, I still think the thing is, he's more into her than she is into him.
Yeah, and then there's like we have a scene with all the you've got a direct call to blah 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 to federal facility institution blah blah blah. So we're doing that, and then I'm trying to think, does she go back to working at the casino? I don't really know, but either way,
I don't think to talk about it.
I think she kind of comes in, and then her cat's dead, and then Robbie kind of come and deals with the cat, and then they smooch, and then like straight into it, and then he comes around the next day like hot on it, and she's like, nah, it's a one-time thing, whatever, and then he was like, she was like, oh, you're waiting for Shadow or something, and she's like, oh, say that again, and he goes, you're waiting for Shadow, and she's like, come in then. It's like that was like crazy. That was 100% hussy. So they end up carrying on the affair, and then you kind of have the accident, and then she's dead, and then Anubis pops up again and takes her off into the afterlife. They kind of do the weigh-in thing and then determine she's whack. So it's like, look, you didn't believe in anything, so
Yeah, I like the way they do like the diametrically opposite thing of what they had the first time round. With like the woman who just seemed perfectly happy to have this dude put his hand in there and take the heart and all that crap, was completely nonchalant about it.
Yeah, so she didn't believe in anything when she was alive, so she's going to nothing. So basically, they're gonna plop her in a coffin, and she's like there, and like it's pretty cool as well. I thought one a good bit was where she was like, "Oh, I ain't going in there," and it's like, you bet your ass you're going in there, and then I'm gonna forget about you, and like forget about you, know what I mean? Then he goes on about the numerous people over the ages who have come to him like, with like gold bargains and threats and stuff like that, and it's like they're meaningless, and then all of a sudden she's like zapped away,
Yeah,
like
that's cool.
what the hell was that about? I was like, what is that about then? Because
That's the
really,
coin, isn't it?
is it?
Yeah, I assume so. That's the coin that's bringing her back to life, and then suddenly,
Yeah, I guess she just got really lucky in that moment and turned into a star,
well, that's what it
being
is,
with
isn't it? Look,
yeah. Yeah, I need me one of them coins. So yeah, she kind of crawls out of her grave, and then she's walking down doing her business, and then she happens to bump into.
then madness ensues. I couldn't believe what was happening.
I thought it was great. So yeah, basically the whole mystery of how Shadow evaded dying in the first episode is that she comes along
That's
and
like superpowers.
yeah, starts splatting everyone, punching through people, and then she kind of flies up and snaps the rope, and then she loses her arm, right?
Yeah, see, I didn't know. I didn't know when that happened.
Yeah, me neither. So
All
that's
right,
why that's why I threw it to you. I was hoping that you were gonna. I was like, she lost her arm.
I got nothing either. I just like, noticed like kicked the dude in the balls and his head like went out of his body. That was cool.
Yeah. Well, yes. And she's like walking down the road with like with her arm, and then she ends up going to a house cleaning off, and then I guess that's when Shadow comes in. She sees him as like a bright light or whatever. Uh, so yeah, she ends up hiding, and then obviously she decides, right, I've got to sort my arm out, so I'm gonna needle and thread it. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, there's no way like a needle and thread is gonna fix that arm.
No,
So yeah, because really that kind of stuff where you stitch it on is living tissue, isn't it? So you stitch it on and then it kind of heals. But I'm sitting there thinking that ain't healing for Ash, you know what I mean? Not with no needle and thread. It's like someone will grab your arm, it'll just rip out again.
yeah, because you can't reattach the bone.
Yeah, because she's kind of, you what? Well, she can't. No, I mean you could down the line, but really it's like, what
No,
is?
but that's what I mean. Like the bone's not suddenly going to grow back, is it? It got ripped off at the seams. But I mean,
Well, I mean,
I
you can
thought it was
pin
weird.
it, and over time it'll heal, like with any broken bone. But she's like dead, so there ain't no healing going on.
I thought it was
So
weird as well, but they addressed it at some later, didn't they? But first off, when so did she go next door?
yeah, I guess she goes next door because her friend's like a scrapbooker, and she gets into her craft stuff, and she's like really poorly stitching her arm, and then the woman goes in and like is losing it. She's like ah, and then like she's grabbing her stomach, and I'm thinking, oh, what's going on here? And she goes into the toilet and craps out the embalming fluid, and then we have like
That was
realness.
hilarious. Because for a second I was worried. I thought, like, is the dead bird going to be like somehow pregnant? Are they going to do that?
Oh yeah, I thought she was just gonna crap all her organs out. I
Mm,
thought it was going to be real bloody, but no, and then they have a discussion and she's mugging them off, and then they kind of make their peace, I guess. And
kind of.
and again, she's like, oh, she's like, oh, you treated him like a pet. That's why you always called him puppy. That's such a
Mhm.
whack time. I thought that was kind of good, and she's like, yeah. So she's kind of like she's sat down, and it's kind of like an intervention, isn't it? Kind of. She like sits down. She's like, look, you're a whack person. You did whack stuff, and she's like, yeah. And then she's like, I love him, and then he's the light of my life, which is obviously why he's all glowing. It's like, look, obviously you didn't. You were whack. It's like lower, man. They may. I
Yeah,
was
but
I was hoping what they were gonna do is like they had him hump when her cat died, and I thought nothing else was going to happen, and then it just happened like I don't know, maybe again just before he was getting out of prison with the car ride, but it turns out they were doing it all along, and I
yeah,
was
see, I
thinking
prefer
that's
that
whack.
though. I thought it would be whacked the other way around. I thought this is better. I
Mm,
think the point is that she never actually loved him. Like the friend points out, and like Shadow is such a poor judge of character. He's the only one that I didn't notice, and now she's back. She's got a second chance.
Yeah, but she's a
To,
zombie.
yeah, but I think that's the point. She's going to die anyway, don't she? Anubis says that he's going to send her back eventually, but she gets the chance to, I don't know, fix
Make
what
peace.
she got wrong, and yeah, and then maybe I think Anubis says she's still going to be sent to nothingness anyway, though, isn't she?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is he classed as like an old god or something? Because
It
yeah,
must
they're
be.
driving down the road and they're bumped into it. So maybe like there'll be a deal down the line if they get aligned or something. So yeah, she's on her way. She gets fixed up, painted, like pinned, stitched, painted, and then that's where she kind of goes to the hotel room and he walks in, and that's the end of the episode. Great episode, really a solid episode, considering really there's no main like Mr. Wednesday ain't in it, and I mean Shadow's in it for a bit, but I mean really it's kind of all about her, which is good because really we've only heard bad things about her, and it's just like, oh, she's coming back. That's not going to be so hot. But yeah, I think they did it really well.
Yeah, if I'd heard about this episode beforehand, I would have been worried. Um, it's a thing with a lot of these shows now. They take kind of like I think The Walking Dead does it, where they take a break and focus on different characters. I think Game of Thrones, I don't watch the show, but I think they do it.
No,
But I think it worked.
I
But
did it, but
isn't everyone split off in Game of Thrones in different places? Right? That's what I mean.
yeah.
Right. So I thought it worked well though. I mean, if we're going to move into numbers, I'm going to give it an 8.5. I thought it was damn good. I didn't really think it was much of a mystery how Shadow escapes at the time. I just assumed like
I
Zeus,
did.
if he is Zeus. He's Zeus, isn't he?
Odin.
Odin?
Who's
Okay,
Zeus?
so Zeus, is God of Thunder, isn't he?
No, you idiot. I mean, who did you think was Zeus?
That's not even the name called it.
Who did you think was Zeus?
What's his face?
Mr. Wednesday?
Yeah,
No, it's Odin. Which is kind of the same thing, I guess.
kind of. So I just assumed it was him,
Yeah,
but that was cool.
yeah. Um, I'll give it a 9. I thought it was exceptional. I thought they did it really well. That's kind of the best kind of thing like that I've probably ever seen. Um, it kind of made me less fearful about her turning up, to be honest. So yeah.
I
Anything
do
else?
wonder. I wonder how long she's got.
End of the season. And they'll
Probably.
cut a deal. They'll 100% cut a deal. I mean, really, I mean, couldn't she like on the sly switch faith? Can't she be taught to believe in something and then just don't believe in the Egyptian stuff, and then she won't have to deal with Anubis?
I don't know. Does it work that way?
Maybe Jesus will save her. Maybe
Which one?
Jesus will save her. The Jesus
Maybe.
coming up. So yeah, the hussy Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that one. So yeah, I'm Sam.
I'm not.
See you next episode.